Do you have the things? Have you been doing the things that you need to do to prepare for this upcoming crap storm that we have coming towards us this winter? If I'm a family man and I have kids and I have a wife, Christmas is canceled. We're not buying gifts. We're not doing it. I'm sorry, kids. Santa Claus ain't fucking real. This time to get real here. I think past a certain age, you're going to have to tell your fucking kids, look, the Santa shit. But that's me personally. My, young kids, okay. But, start getting in like 5 and 6, it's time to snap into reality. That's me personally. It's not to like destroy kids' hopes and dreams. It's just we're in a different world now. We're in a world now where if you're not paying attention, this could mean, oh, she's got a bone. Great. Let's make noise, Storm. We're in a world now where like if you're not paying attention, if you're not prepared, you will not survive. Now we're not at the level of survival, right? We're not at that like point where stores are empty and there's the zombie apocalypse or whatever, but we're not far from it. We're a lot closer to it than we were last year. Now, I made this exact type of video last year when I said this pandemic wasn't going away for at least another year. I said that. I didn't say 3 months. I didn't say, Easter. I didn't say any of these things. I said 1 year, maybe longer. That's what I said. So here we are now, closing in on December. Closing in on Thanksgiving, second wave, Philadelphia is shut down, no gyms, no indoor dining, no this, no that. It's crazy. So here's what you do. What do you do? Because this isn't going to go away. They said, so Philly, how long? January 1st is when the gyms will reopen. Mama dog, I don't think you can do that right now here, bub. Okay, come on. So January 1st, right? This is what they're saying. I think it's going to be way longer than that. Personally, I think we all know what direction the election is going with that. I haven't spoke on it because it's not certified yet. It's not, who knows what's going on with that? I mean, it's almost to the point now where it really, honestly, it doesn't matter who wins. They're going to say what you're going to have to do, and that's what you're going to do. What you need to be worried about is how you're going to get through it with your family. So for me, I don't have kids. I don't have to worry about other people's lives, But if you do, and you're still worried about, getting the Xbox and the PS5, I think you are so off track with reality. It's time to wake up. Now, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that. You have to occupy your mind, and people who are working from home need to occupy kids and whatever, So if you have the money and you have all these other things in place first, fine. Get the PS5 if you can even get it, because you can't. It's sold out everywhere. Believe me, I've been trying. And I'm also redoing the studio again because I'm doing a live stream gaming for the patron. So this is all going to be monitors. Anyway, different video, different day. People are going to be working from home. They need to do that. So what do you need to prep on first? Like, what are the things you need to prep? Like, what do you get? I made these videos. I have them on Patreon. I'm going to do more in-depth stuff on Patreon on like my system. But I'm going to explain the basics of things you need to absolutely be getting now, right now, even though it's a little bit too late if you're not already starting to do it. It's never too late to start just getting things. Like I just feel bad for people who are they're still going to Kmart to buy like, I don't know, like a freaking, what can I say? I don't know, just some random shit at Kmart, like electronics or It's just stuff you don't fucking need. Just random bullshit you don't need. Get stuff you need to survive. Get things that are going to last long term. Canned food, rice, beans, flour. Learn how to make bread. Download videos. Pre-download videos. Pre-download audiobooks to teach you how to be a doctor. There's a book that you're going to that's called When There Are No Doctors. Get that book. Get books on survival. Get books, just audiobooks, and have a good set of YouTube videos to teach you how to make bread, teach you how to make, rice and beans with, canned soup mixture with oodles and noodles, which is a good meal. If you're hungry, you're going to eat it. I mean, I have people, I'm like, get Spam. They're like, I'm not going to eat that. You're going to be hungry. You're going to eat it. You get it. Get things that you're not going to necessarily eat when you're not starving, but that's going to say, because you're going to eat the shit. So get it and store it. You're not going to touch it. That's fine. That's the idea of it. You're not supposed to go and get, wings and store them. Get stuff that necessarily doesn't, it's not great, but it's survival. Okay? It's hard to explain this to people if they just don't understand it. So some of the things that I do, the main two things you're going to want to do for sure 100% is food and water. Without these two things, you're pretty much just, what are you doing? I got guys, ammo. Well, even if there's a civil war outside, okay, and you need to use your gun, you still have a third of a chance, a third of the time, likely that you're going to starve before you ever need to shoot someone, even in a state of war. You have to eat. I'm not really sure that analogy made much sense, but I think you guys know what I'm talking about. It's very unlikely you're going to need to pull a trigger. It's very likely you're going to starve or dehydrate, which you only have 72 hours, 4 days, 5 days. People who are overweight, people who are big bodybuilder guys who need lots of nutrients to feed their bodies will be the first people to really feel it. And people like me who aren't super giant, but I'm just there. I'm just on that average level where I'm fit, I'm lean, I'm muscular, I have a lot of energy, I feed my body properly. These are the things you need to practice now. Now, I am gaining weight right now. I'm in the process, but the gyms are closed. So now I have my home gym set up, which consists of very light weights, free weights, a pull-up bar, a bench, and resistant bands. I'll do the workouts. You guys can follow along for those home fitness workout videos. They're super simple, and they will keep you in shape if you do them right, And I am purchasing more weights, so that's a thing. But the two main things, food and water. What do I mean by water? You should have, I would say 100 gallons of water, easy, because you got to figure, and that's just, for me, I'm going 50 gallons for just me and the dog. Because you're thinking, look, guys, you need to clean yourself as well. So just water, you're going to need it, You just never know. I think 50 gallons is good for just a single person. So if you have, I'd say 50 gallons per person. I don't know. But it could be less than that. Just go by that, at least 50, right? So maybe 25. No, I wouldn't say no more than 50 per person. But I guess you could go, let's say no less than 25 gallons per person, right? Or it could be less than that. I don't know. But you get what I'm saying. Lots of water, because don't keep in mind that you need to fill up the toilet to flush it. How you're going to clean yourself, hygiene is super important if hell breaks loose. But let's start with the basics, right? Where the supply chains could be cut off and things could just suck. Things sucked before. Food stores were starting to dry up. Lots of people panic bought, and you don't want to be stuck in that panic buying situation. So here's what you do. Food and water. Lots of canned food, canned tuna, and long-term stuff if you want to do. I have these buckets. All right, and here's a bag of beans that's freeze-dried, or not freeze-dried. It's vacuum sealed in a Mylar bag with an oxygen absorber. And oats, flour, sugar. I mean, it's just a big brick of sugar. It's vacuum sealed in a Mylar bag, and that's good for about 30 years. 1500 cc oxygen absorber in here with these. Now, I got the video I'm going to do on these. It took me a while to get good with sealing these and coming up with the trick to vacuum seal the Mylar bags with. Anyway, so I'll do that video if you guys are interested. You're going to have to become a patron because that video will not be on YouTube. But that's what I'm doing. So rice, beans, high nutrient stuff, easy stuff. Oodles and noodles is fine, but make sure you're going to make it with rice and some other stuff that you have prepared. If you're going to get meats, get your meats, but make sure you have a vacuum sealer, okay? And vacuum seal everything. Vacuum seal everything. I mean, it's just get it now. Get the vacuum sealer now. They're going to be sold out. They're going to go. Or they're going to be so expensive. Get the bags. Get the Mylar bags. If you haven't been buying buckets for the last 3 months, you're going to have a tough time finding buckets right now. It's just, I've had a tough time finding these, and then they started popping up again, and people weren't paying attention because they got into that quiet of the storm. Like I said about a month ago, I said, this is the quiet of the storm. We're going to get hit with a second wave, and that's exactly what happened, and here we are. Philly shut down. You can't go nowhere. You can't eat nowhere. We're not at curfew stages yet. We're not at that point yet. And remember what happened last time we had this situation. What happened? Next thing you know, George Floyd. And then you had riots and looting, and stores were getting just demolished. And then you had no food stores because all the stores. Now, these Target and this Walmart, they're still closed from that last thing when I was live streaming. Still closed. Nothing's open. I have to drive a pretty good far distance to get, if I want to go to Walmart or Target, which I don't go to those stores, but there's people that do. There are food stores in those stores, you know? So some people rely on them to get their groceries. So guys, keep all this stuff in mind. I mean, this is not, we're not at the point now where we're making this video to like before when we made prep videos, it was like, maybe something's going to happen. No, we're like in this now. Like this is happening. Like, I just don't understand where the logic is for people who don't put it together, and it's not hard. We're not at tinfoil hat level here. We're not at that level. This is basic being a man, stepping up and take care of your family. This is basic shit here. I mean, it's so basic. This is not crazy person tinfoil hat talk. This is basic shit. Make sure you have medications, painkillers, your prescription painkillers. Listen, even if you have to go on the black market and get fucking painkillers and an ounce of weed and some fucking whatever you need, get it. Because there's municipal factors to that. Maybe you need to get gummy bear or whatever the fuck you need to do because depression and all this shit is real. And I can't smoke because of my job, but I have nothing against it. And I'm gonna tell you right now that being a prepper, having a stockpile of some California Kush is probably not a bad idea. Just saying. That's just my personal input on that. It just goes along with prepping. I mean, I'm not going to bullshit. I tell you guys how it is. That's something you should prepare to have. You can bargain with it. You can trade with it. It has value when cash may not. Cash. Get cash out of the bank. I could tell you right now, when the looting and riots happening, you can't just go to Wawa and hit a Mac machine because all the Wawas are closed, or they tried to blow up the Mac machine, so they're all closed. So if you need cash because maybe someone has something you need and you don't have cash, they're not going to, you can have Cash App and all these things, but what if the phones go down? What if? You could just keep using your imagination because anything can happen at this point. Anything. It's only going to take one little thing this could be complete anarchy. And I'm not up here trying to scare people. I'm not up here trying to be like, you got to prep for the end of the world. That's not what this is. This is basic human instinct survival, being a survivor, because this is like a long-term fucking snowstorm that the power's out for however long. Hey, guess what? We're in winter. It's wintertime happens now. Okay? So in December, when we get monsooned with a fucking snowstorm and the power goes out for 2 weeks, and on top of COVID and everything else and lockdowns in stores, guys, this is just basic stuff. This is the platform. We're at the plateau of the platform, and you need to step it up. You need to build upon these layers of obviousness. I don't know if I'm looking at the camera. What the fuck? Cash. This book, this doctor, when there are no doctors, what if the hospitals are full? You don't want to go to the fucking hospital because COVID may take over hospitals. How do you give a kid a birth? So you can learn how to do childbirth. Exercise equipment. Like I said, my gym is fully operational right now. My dumbbells go up to 35 pounds. I have an Olympic bar. I have the big rack. You guys know I have the rack with the pull-up bar. All you really need to do is a makeshift pull-up bar and resistant bands, and you're good. Honest to God. I mean, that's all you need. That's all a man needs. Because with a pull-up bar, you're doing back. I mean, there's nothing better than that. Resistant bands, you could do every workout under the sun with that, and however you use the bands is fine. You could do back. You could do push-ups. So you're doing chest. Put the bands across your back. Do push-ups. Resistant bands are key right now. Get them now. Under Sun Fitness. They're my favorite ones. You can get them anywhere you want. Under Sun Fitness. I'll leave the link below. They're the ones I use. I have 2 sets of them now because I like to do crazy, weird things. And I've been lifting weights and being a hobbyist bodybuilder for the better part of the last 10 years. Right now, I am really starting to I was making videos. You guys seen the live stream, the videos, the last couple, but the gyms are closed now. So where do we go from there? I'll make the content. Let me know, I'll do the content. But guys, bear with me with this because, I have to work every day. I know, people will comment, oh, you got to make more videos and we miss you. I get it, but, and I appreciate it, but, I have to work every day and it's just hard. It's hard. I can make the videos when I can at this point. You know what I mean? I'm not promising anything anymore because it's just really hard right now. I'm trying my best. My head is in the right place. It wasn't a few weeks back. It wasn't because of situations, but it's in the right place now. I'm heading in the right direction. I did the work. You know what I mean? Do the work on yourself during this pandemic, during this state of being away from friends and family and possibly being out of work, possibly having to work at home, not having human contact, having to wear a fucking mask everywhere you go, things not being open, no gyms, no what, this, that. Take advantage of that and do the work on yourself. Get the workbooks, the workbook to do the work on yourself. Do it. Do the work on yourself. You don't want to become depressed. And don't rely, like I said, get an ounce a week or something. But all joking aside, do not relate to drugs or alcohol to cope with your depression because it's counterintuitive and you're just going to get high in reverse. That's all you're doing. You're not fixing anything. You're making one problem even worse. And I know because I've been there. So don't make an easy problem where you can just talk to someone. I'm here to talk to people with my videos through my content. So it's not like I'm not going to I can't be like, hey, just call me. If you need someone to talk to, people are in the comments are always available. If somebody wants to comment, I'm sure people are in the comments that are willing to, talk to you. And I don't want to be Patreon. Patreon, I can't be oh, you got to be a Patreon member. It's not like that. If you're really having a tough time, fucking email me, and I will for sure get back to you if I can, But I can't promise. Just watch the videos, and I'll talk to you. And I'm going to try to do live streams once a week. This week was skipped. It's got a little bit crazy this week at work with guys calling out because of COVID. They can't come back to work until they get the test. We're short guys. I've been working a lot every day. I mean, it's just been nuts. Make sure you get vitamins. All right? Vitamins. Make sure you're getting medical kits. Make sure you're getting needles. All right? For your medications, syringes. Whatever, because you can do IVs. You can do all kinds of different stuff. Those are to make homemade IVs. Okay, that's what that's for. So, I mean, guys, it's so basic. Like, this thing isn't, it's not just going to go away. Boom. I think we're going to be dealing with this for another 8 to 9 months, at least. I was right the first time. I'm going to be right this time. It's just not fully going to go away. Excuse me. Until we have a vaccine, and then you're going to have these people, I don't want to do the vaccine. You have, like, big companies like Ticketmaster and stuff that are like, well, you can't even come to our events unless you have proof that you take the COVID test. I think it's going to get a step further where you're not going to be able to even get on a plane unless you can prove you have the vaccination. I think this thing's going to get crazy. But all that stuff aside, just, really think about what you have, I don't want to see you going to the food store and buying fucking Fruity Pebbles and shit. And stuff you don't need. I have a couple of things that I bought for my own self. A water filtration system. A gravity-fed one. The Big Berkey's the best. I can't afford that right now, but that's the one I'm aiming for soon. So a couple things on my plan. So where I'm at now with my food is generally okay for being a single guy. I'm okay for about 5 months without having to ever leave this house. So, that being said, what do I need still? Because maybe you guys are on my level. Okay, what do I need still? I need a generator. I need fuel. I need some more medications. I need some, what was the other one? Fuel, the generator. Oh, and so it's a couple things that I did buy so far, but I'm not fully there. I bought a Dutch oven. I downloaded ingredients onto a flash drive. Certain ingredients that I have all stuff written down as well in my Faraday cage and a book. Ingredients on how to make simple preparation meals like just rice, beans, oodles and noodles, and, mac and cheese, whatever. Just mixtures of stuff because that's going to give you lots of nutrients and protein and calories and whatever. And the Dutch oven and the dry yeast and ingredients that I need to make bread so I can make my own bread. So I don't have to go to the store and buy bread. Making bread is like the one thing I was really like, I got to learn how to do it. So do these things now, guys, while you can do it, because the day's coming where, we don't know the day's coming, but it's very likely, it's more likely that it does come than it doesn't at this point, because it's only going to take one more video of a cop shooting someone, white, black, or whoever, to start another crazy riot, depending on how the media puts it out there, right? Because the last one we all know is a joke because of the guy's background. We're not going to get into did he deserve to die or any of that stuff. The point I'm trying to make is the way that happens all the time in the city. The point I'm trying to make is the media will use that obviously as a thing for the election, as an agenda for their election. And now we have that to deal with. And guys, I don't want to deal with this every 4 years. What are we gonna? Where are we headed? That's gonna be the next podcast. So make sure you pay attention to that. What direction do you guys think we're headed in? Because what in the fuck? Do we have to? Is this gonna be every 4 years? We have to deal with, possible fraud elections. Honestly, I think they're gonna certify this election this week. I think you're gonna see Joe Biden win this week. I don't think they have a case. I mean, you've seen a Pennsylvania judge just throw it away like it was nothing. They're like, what are you doing? This isn't. But you see, it's just, who do you believe? You're not going to know nothing until Inauguration Day. And on that day, one or two things could happen. We were so worried about Election Day and riots and stuff if Trump won and just, just all these things. I just want to make sure you guys are prepared because, and stay close to God. Make sure you're staying close to God. Make sure, because He has the plan. He has the master plan for all of you, whether you like it or not. So that's pretty much what I gotta say in this. It's just one of those things where it's like, I don't know how many more other ways I can say this, because I'm watching people's Instagram stories when I can, and I'm watching different videos, and I'm seeing what people are posting on Facebook, and they're just so out of tune with reality. And I really honestly think I need to get out of here, and I think 100% I'm going to move to Washington State, where Wrangler Star is out there. Been already looking around, found a couple of things that I think in the next 2 years I'll be able to pull off. So we're going to see. I think I'm going to go out that way. I think I'm going to take a vacation out there in a couple of months. So we're going to see how that plays out. Maybe I'll visit our friend Cody, but we'll see how that works out. I haven't asked him or nothing. It's just something I've been thinking about. But I need to get out of the city, and I think it would be wise for people to follow. Like, I see people, they're purchasing homes in this general area, and I'm like, I just don't get it. I don't see the attraction level to it. And people are so stuck on, well, this is where my job, this is my career, this is my life, this is my family. And I'm like, at some point or another, you're going to have to let that shit go. Like the last girl that I was seeing, was one of the things she said to me was, well, you were pretty advocate on the fact that you were never going to stop what you were doing, and you had these plans to move, and I don't know what I would ever do if I had to move my family and my kids away from my parents. And I'm like, you're an adult. You don't make your fucking life about what your parents want you to do. That's not how this works. And I just couldn't stand behind that anyway. So I knew it was never going to work. And the more I think about it, I'm like, well, I would want to go to Texas, and she'd be, oh, well, the kids, my family and my mom. Well, they're still going to, it's not like they're never going to see them. We'll fly them out there 2-3 times a year. That's all I need to see. I think people get so mixed up on, and, maybe even longer, who knows? But, like, for me, it's not like an everyday thing, every week, that's going to just fucking drive me crazy. So, maybe I'll just gonna be single forever, because I just can't get along with anybody's ideals around here. The ideals that people have around here just drive me absolutely out of my mind. I'm watching people, and there's nothing wrong with it, but, like, just complain about what Christmas decorations to put up, or, just stupid shit. And I'm like, stay positive, but why are you complaining about Christmas decorations? Or just dumb random shit, or even the political aspect of all this thing. You see people getting so into it, like they're so bothered by it. And for me, like, it's like somebody said to me, oh, you're a political commentator, I saw your video. I'm like, no, I'm not. I actually am I know a little bit above the average person on politics. I was brought up around it. My family's Democrat. My mother was real into it. I just know a bit about it, right? But I am not a political commentator. It just so happens that was the hot topic at the time. This is a channel where we talk about hot topics. We talk about what's going on. We keep up with things. We try to prepare. We are a style channel, a lifestyle channel. We try to, give a little style of things. Like, how is this outfit, right? This is the general outfit, but how's this outfit look now? When you throw a flannel over it, just looks dope. It just adds a little oomph to it. So anyway, but this is a channel where you're gonna experience all those different things. You're gonna experience lifestyle and survival and carrying guns and knives and gear and all that stuff, but also have a little edge to it. Make it a little cool. And so it's funny when people come into my thing and they see one video and they think, oh, you're a bathroom. What do? You review bathroom products? And I'm like, that's one video. That's just, no, that's a men's bathroom video for men. Like, this is, hey, men, here's the cool bathroom shit you get so you don't have to shop at fucking CVS or wherever to get, smelly good stuff for your body and smell like a fucking cheapo that bought Axe and Old Spice and sprayed it all over you. Let's go to Grooming Lounge. Let's get the good shit, Molten and Brown. Let's get some smelly good candles. Have a little style to it, have a little edge, have a little class. So that's what this channel is. This channel is a little bit of everything. But we know that, right? I'm talking to new subscribers who are new here. So, guys, again, food, water, first aid, fuel, painkiller, medications. I don't know painkillers. I have it written there, but pain medications, any kind of medication, subscription medications, marijuana medications, whatever you can use to, because maybe you're going to have a problem eating, right? And I know for sure that marijuana can increase your appetite. These are just things that marijuana has a lot of properties to it. Now, I speak of it like I smoke. I do not smoke. I cannot smoke. My job, if I could, I would. Okay, let's just make that clear. If I could, because of my job, I would. I don't have nothing against it. I'm not somebody who's going to smoke all the time. It's just more of like for me, when I did smoke, it was just one of those things I would like to do, maybe a joint on a Friday night or something. That's how I look at it. It's not something I needed to do every single day. My younger days, it was something I did a lot, but, now that I'm older, and what I'm trying to say to you guys is, I have nothing against it, okay? So, and this is a channel where we talk about real shit. We don't sugarcoat things, but I want to make sure you guys make it clear. I'm very responsible for my actions and what I say on this channel, and so I don't want people to interpret it the wrong way, because people will do that. So there's that. Just wanted to be clear on that. So anyway, but as a prepper's aspect, I think it's a very important thing you should consider. It's not top 5, but it's up there in the top 10 for sure. So yeah, like I said, books, download videos, different stuff, and don't forget about your pets. Like Storm, she needs food, she needs water, has all these things too. So make sure you have dog food in preparations. Make sure you have backup for her dog food. So for Storm, her backup is rice and the canned food, and just a little bit mixed together. That will get her by, and besides the 150 pounds of dog food I already have, and my goal is to get that to 700. Now, I had a lot of it ordered, and then I backed up off the order because somebody said something about long term. It doesn't make sense, so I'm trying to figure out a good way to prep kibble long term. Mylar bags, they don't come big like that, so if I can get them already vacuum sealed, that's good for a year. I'm going to get that, so I'm looking into that. But make sure you prep for your dogs, and especially water for your dogs. Get a water filtration, get generators, just get these things. Keep your cars constantly topped off. Keep as much cash as you possibly can, and don't take it all out. I mean, honestly, right now for me, I'm not keeping tons of money in the bank right now. I just don't trust them. All right, I'm using my own little system. I'll talk about that in a Patreon video. One thing that I'm investing in right now is gold. I have a video coming out when I get my first brick, and that's from Acre. So that's a Swedish gold company. I've been investing in gold, and gold never loses value. It has nothing to do with the stock market. It doesn't, have anything to do with that. But gold is something I've been interested in, and I finally pulled the trigger on it. So I'll be doing a video on that. Other than that, guys, this thing is getting real. We're on a second wave. I think it's going to get worse as it gets colder, as winter comes. Christmas is right around the corner. We got Thanksgiving. Enjoy this time with your family. And I would honestly, this is the time to bring it up with the family and have a good family meeting. Try to come together and say, hey, I think we should reconsider maybe possibly canceling Christmas this year, Let's back off on the gifts, and let's put some efforts into prepping for this and surviving this. Think of it as a long-term snowstorm or hurricane. Make sure you have your bug-out bags ready for everyone. Everyone needs a bug-out bag. Every person in your household needs a bug-out bag. Have them ready. Have them in a spot where you grab them and you go. Okay? In the cars, make sure you have your get-home bags. Okay, bug-out bag, get-home bag, two different things. A bug-out, you're bugging out from home. A get-home, you're getting home. Okay? So two different things, two different lengths of period of time. We have videos on all of it on this channel. There's, we've been doing this for years, guys, on this channel. And I don't want to make this seem like I told you so, because that's a lot of what you're seeing on YouTube now with these prepper guys. I told you this was happening. You should have did it. You still have time. It's not over. Stores are still open. There's still plenty of stuff you can get. I mean, I walk down the rice aisle, and it's all full. Just nobody's thinking of it, it's, at least here. Now, if you go into certain communities where they're very close people together, it's going to be a little different vibe. And your last thing, and you should already have this, is ammunition and safety, security. I see lots of people in line for gun permits and carrying permits. We're going to do a whole video on that because I know people have no clue what they're doing. And in all honesty, I cannot wait until this is over. So all these idiots who are out buying guns who think they're just going to be gun wielding down the street when, all hell breaks loose, have another thing coming to them, because that's not how this works. So we're going to do a whole video on that, and that's going to be coming out. So make sure you pay attention to that. That's a podcast coming out on just strictly new people who are concealed carry. I see lines all the way out it's right across from where I work. Just lines all the way around the building to get your concealed carry permit. You're not going to, and there's nothing against it. More 2A people, yay. But these people aren't buying it because they're advocates of the Second Amendment. They're buying it because they're in fear for their lives that they may or may have to use a gun at some point within the next year because of this pandemic, because of civil unrest, whatever. Chances are that's not going to happen. I was on a roof with my AR-15, and I didn't even you're not going to have to pull a trigger. Maybe people are scared for their homes. That's fine. In that case, you don't need a carrying permit. Just buy the gun and keep it in your house. You're allowed to do that. It's called the Second Amendment. Now, in certain places, you don't need a permit. You can just carry it. Pennsylvania is one of them. It's the Second Amendment. On a federal level, you could just carry a gun. It just, certain guns restrictions. Make sure you know your laws. Get into it. We're going to do a whole video on that and get in depth to it, but I just fear that a lot of people are out there buying guns right now, buying them for the wrong reason. They're not fully understanding that when you buy something like that, you're buying the ability to take a human life, and I think that people don't understand that. You don't get to make that judgment just because, somebody's arguing in a food store over a thing of bread. You don't pull a gun out in that situation. And I think that's what a lot of people are anticipating why they're buying one. Well, what if I'm at the food store and, somebody punches me in the face and steals my cart full of food? Well, you can't shoot them unless they have a gun pointed at you, then, But there's just so many variables to that. Like, the point I'm trying to make is I just want to make sure people are buying them and going out and getting these permits and doing it for the right reason. And if you're going to do it right. Train. Take the safety courses. Go shooting. Learn the guns. Learn how to clean them. Learn how to shoot. Learn how to target. Learn the rules. Learn the 3 rules of firearms safety, and do it right. Don't just go out, buy a gun, get the permit, and act like now you're indestructible. And honestly, that's just a lot what I'm seeing. And I don't like it. So that's why I'm just making that, and I'll make that podcast in the next few days. So anyway, guys, that's all I got for this. I hope you guys enjoy the video. I know you will. I know you're going to like. I know you're going to share. I know you're going to subscribe. I know you're going to hit the notification bell. I know you're going to share, because that's how we beat the algorithm of YouTube. We've been doing well, but not as well as we should be, because I get these comments, this video needs 500 million views. Why does it only have 500? And I'm like, I don't know. Ask YouTube. I don't know. My performance is good, I think. It could be better. I can always be better. I'm always willing to be better. But I think some of my best podcasts is ones like this where I stay on subject. The random podcast where I rabble, and ramble about random shit is just me having fun, and that's what I do. But when I'm on target with what we're talking about, these are the best podcasts, I think, in my opinion, for me. So, But this video, who knows how many views it'll get, I don't know. So we'll see, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments. Put what you're doing for your preparations in the comments. I know people like to talk about what they're doing, give ideas. Let me know what you guys are up to. How are you doing? And keep me in your prayers. I'll keep you in my prayers. And we will all get through this together. If not anything, for sure, we'll get through this together. Being divided is never going to work. But a positive note about this whole Biden-Trump thing is if Biden does get in, at least we will have to stop hearing them whine and cry about this just anymore. But if it's not one, it's the other, right? It's always going to be something. I'm just over it. But that's what you guys need to be in considering as far as preparations go. And like I said, this is just not one of those things where it's just, what if? What if a pandemic comes? Well, we're in a pandemic. What if we're in lockdown for 8 months? Well, we're in a lockdown. We've already been through one that was pretty bad. Then civil unrest, then this, then that, then that. So things can pile up real quick, and like I said, all it's going to take is this current lockdown and then a snowstorm and then, a shooting or whatever, and just things can just get out of hand very quickly. So basically what I'm saying is things are okay now. To end this off, things are okay now. You can get stuff now, so get it while you can, because there's a real good chance that just something can happen like that, and that can all go away very quickly. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoy. I love you all. Have a great rest of your week, and I'm out. I love you all. Peace.